On the season premiere of Bachelor in Paradise, people were intentional.
I'm just gonna come in here, be myself, be intentional, and hopefully somebody reciprocates that intentionality.
I'm the type of person, I am very intentional with everything that I do. And
I feel like I've been intentional from the beginning.
I am being super intentional with who I pursue.
I love someone who's, what's the word?
Intentional?
Intentional, yeah.
I'm Lizzie Frizzle. Let's talk about TV.
Thank the Lord, hallelujah, hallelujah.
When I last watched Bachelor in Paradise, it was a different time, specifically 2019. The show was still filmed in Mexico, Chris Harrison was still the host, the cast didn't have air conditioning or full-sized beds, Grocery Store Joe was a main character, Jenna was ordering forensic analysis on her phone, and everyone was mad at Blake for being too horny at Stagecoach. But there's never been a better time to slap on some sunscreen, Jeremy, and pay another visit to Paradise because the show made major changes ahead of its 10th season premiere. It got new cameras, moved to Costa Rica, added Goldens, hired Hannah Brown, who knows why, introduced a $500,000 prize, and cast way fewer people than usual to be able to afford it all. The editing's been overhauled too, to be a lot more like a lot more popular reality shows. Constant music snippets, quick cuts, jerky slow-mo. There are also a lot more Scrubs-style daydream sequences than there used to be. One thing that hasn't changed is the show's signature unseriousness. This 10th season premiere is called Week 1, so naturally, it covers the first 3 days in Paradise and starts with a flash forward to the last day. The resort is trashed, like it's the end of the party in the famous party movie of your choice. As a PA walks by, cleaning up a single piece of garbage from a river of litter, new to me, host Jesse Palmer is finally relaxing after a long season of filming. Until he's called back to work because they forgot to shoot an opening. And because we have to get back to the beginning. For the rest of the season, the thing I'll be most invested in won't be any of the couples, but whether or not the show returns to this scene in the finale. As he shoots that opening, Jesse makes big promises.
Bachelor in Paradise is back, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen before.
After, we see daybeds, the beach, and people's feet stepping out of cars. So I guess Jesse was lying. The latest batch of Bachelor Nation alum arrive in Paradise. For the women, first to enter is Alex Assface.
You need to drop the skincare
What?
routine.
Oh, I don't have that.
You don't have? Wait,
no,
what do you
I know
do?
It's bad. I'm like a man. I use the same soap that I wash my ass with.
On your face.
I'm like, oh.
Yum.
Alex describes her dream man as hot, funny, and obsessed with her. But she doesn't like it when a guy gives her a ring. I assume because it's too small, but she never said he had to be rich. Next, there's Lexi, who thinks we might be surprised to see her. Not sure if that's because she quit her original Bachelor season, or because she comes off pretty seriously, and Bip couldn't be less. But regardless, she's here. Surprise! Since her first appearance, Lexi founded a dating business, but it's clear her true passion is dressing monochromatically. When Bailey arrives, she doesn't let her stomach problems
I have IBS.
stop her from quickly becoming the most wanted woman in Paradise.
Bailey, that's the girl that I'm attracted to the most.
Bailey's on everyone's honor. Bailey.
But she has the most beautiful smile I've ever seen.
It is stunning.
Bailey's cute. Bailey has a great smile, too. I like her braids.
Bailey's hoping to cry less this time than she did in her original Bachelor appearance, but based on the full season trailer, it doesn't look good. Next, it's Jess, a woman with a southern accent on reality TV, so naturally, she talks about her Meemaw in her intro.
I need to bring someone home to meet Meemaw and Gigi and Dad and Mama.
There's also Zoe, who survived all the way to the final 3 on her original Bachelor season without ever getting a one-on-one date. And if you think that's impressive, just wait until you hear the other if statements in her intro.
It's Zoe, and if you think you've already figured me out, you're adorable. If you thought I was just background noise on Grant's season, plot twist.
The last woman to arrive in this episode is Kat, the Keisha from Big Brother of Bachelor in Paradise.
Happy birthday to you.
Tanner, do you want to go on this date with me?
I would.
Okay.
It just sucks. He just literally went on a date on my birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Keisha. Happy birthday to you.
The last time Kat was on BIP, last season, she left engaged. But since she's back for this season, you can probably guess how it turned out. For the men, first there's Spencer, who enters to this music. I'm a little bit of trouble. I haven't seen Jen's Bachelorette season from whence Spencer came, so I don't know anything about him. Based on those lyrics, I expected him to be a player, but then everyone calls him a loyal golden retriever type. So how is he trouble? Because of dander? In just his intro, Spencer reiterates 3 times that not every woman will have what he's looking for, and what he's offering won't appeal to everyone either. Not once does he ever mention just what it is he's offering and or looking for that's so unique. Spencer claims to have no type because he's dated blondes, brunettes, and redheads, but it sounds like he has a type to me. Next, there's Jeremy, who also says he doesn't have a type, but seems to actually mean it.
I've dated every kind of girl there is in New York. Short, tall, black, white, Christian, Mormon, Jewish. My mom would love a Jewish girl, but I don't really care.
We first meet Jeremy through Jonathan's abs, who's not wearing Spencer's shirt, he just almost is. But enough about Jonathan's clothes, he wants to talk about his legs.
If a dude shaves his legs, is that an ick or no?
Did you shave your legs?
No, it's a hypothetical.
So it's like, shave your legs?
I do.
How often do you have to do it?
I don't know, like every 3 weeks.
The next arrival, Hakeem, came to Paradise because he keeps landing in the friend zone, and we'll see why throughout the episode. There's also Kyle, who knew no one would recognize him because of how invisible he was during his original Bachelorette appearance, so he came prepared with an overly rehearsed joke about his lack of screen time.
I was on Katie's season, season 17.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
If
awesome.
you blinked, didn't say me.
Nice to meet you, man.
I was literally on Katie's season. If you blinked, you didn't say me.
Stop it.
Next, there's Ricky. He wears sweater vests as shirts. His style does get him noticed by Alex right away, but no one is more excited to see Ricky than Hakeem.
Kiss my type.
Finally, for now, there's Brian, whose mom told him he was the total package, so it must be true. Some people click right away, like Brian and Zoe, because they're both tall and they both want athletic kids. Others get off to a slower start.
No, you have a beautiful smile. You really do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
really do.
Actually, you know what? I got in high school best smile.
Really?
How about you? I wonder what superlative you got.
I went to military school, so we didn't really have a whole lot of superlatives.
Lexi also struggles to establish an early connection. She was hoping to meet Spencer because he's tall and has dark hair, but he talks too much in person. Plus, they'd never be able to agree on whether or not to get a pet iguana.
I hope there's some guys that will come out and introduce themselves. Is it coming near me? The iguana's coming near me? Okay, what was the question? Is there anyone you don't want to come out to Paradise? That creature.
Oh, an iguana. I've been looking for one.
Jess also wanted to meet Spencer, and unlike Lexi, she's still into him after she does. He gives her a tour of Paradise, they trauma bond about having been cheated on, and at the end of the night, they share the first kiss of the season, or at least the one the show wanted to be the first kiss of the season. But before that, the cast revels in their improved living conditions compared to past seasons. Kat is thrilled to sleep in air conditioning, and Hakeem's excited about the production-provided water bottles.
Are you impressed with the water bottle? Oh, yeah.
I don't want anyone to suffer for my entertainment, and there's plenty of Two Broke Girls to watch if I did. But in the same way that sleeping inside a terrible bamboo shelter is just part of the experience on Survivor, watching people sort of rough it on the beach while they sweat out a handle's worth of alcohol every day was an integral part of BIP, and I'll miss it. Next, the group meets perennial bartender Wells Adams and new manager of Paradise Relations, former Bachelorette Hannah Brown. Wells is there to run the swim-up bar, and Hannah's there to...
I can help y'all in any way on the search for love.
Still don't get it. Host Jesse explains that this season, the cast will face new tests en route to love, including a mysterious, life-changing opportunity for the last couple standing that probably has something to do with that overflowing money bag we saw earlier. Jesse also reveals that the women will give out roses at the first elimination, leaving the men to start scrambling to secure their place in Paradise. And that's about to get even harder with the arrival of another guy, Justin. Bachelorette runner-up, now 2-time BIP participant, coming in late with a backpack and a date card he can use to take someone on a date, naturally. This was my first time meeting Justin, but he seems pretty important to current Batch Nation given his special entrance and that his real-life relationship with fellow franchise alum Susie is probably going to be a big plot point, since it already came up several times in just one episode, and because Susie is also in this cast. On the first night in Paradise, more potential pairs form. Kyle tries to woo Bailey by talking about a door.
But you have to know how to be able to, take care of your family and do these things around the house.
I agree, yeah.
You don't need to call someone to put a door on. You can do that.
Okay.
Alex intrigues Ricky, weirdly by telling him that she's lazy and wants someone to be organized for her. Also by being the person he's most attracted to. Kat and Jonathan talk about how it feels for her to return to Paradise.
It's a lot being back here. It is.
Like triggering or?
Not yet.
After their talk, Kat decides that she either likes Jonathan or he reminds her of her ex. And Lexi gets Justin's date card after they have a generic conversation about dating in your 30s.
It's hard, like dating. I'm in my 30s, so it's like dating in your 30s. Like,
you don't necessarily have the time to date someone for a couple years.
But their dinner and night swim are put on hold when they're forced to take a literal rain check. The producers still made them dress up though, so they could get coverage of the date not happening. On day 2, Hakeem writes Bailey a note asking to steal her for a one-on-one talk, and though she agrees to participate, it might have been better for Hakeem if she hadn't.
Hakeem, so attentive and thoughtful. I'm just not interested in what he has to offer.
I don't know if your social battery's going on. Did you want to? Because I'm looking at your eye. I'm looking at your eye. You're like.
And with that, Hakeem disappears from the episode until the editors want to make fun of someone again. Later, the group spots an approaching boat, but unlike other reality shows, it's not there to take someone on a journey to win an advantage. It's there to drop off another contestant, the winner of Claire's Bachelorette season, Dale, the only person I recognized all episode, of course from his role in the acclaimed film Putting Love to the Test. Not to be all Bachelor about it, but Dale's arrival changes everything. Literally half the cast comments on his good looks. Women who have already formed connections are openly interested in him, like Zoe, who tries to entice Dale by apologizing for having a big butt.
You sit right here. You got enough room?
Yes, I do have a big butt. Sorry.
That's okay. Work it, girl.
Like Justin, Dale's late entrance also comes with a date card. This one is for a day on the yacht he sailed in on. After a forgettable talk with Zoe.
We're not meant to be alone.
Exactly.
Then a talk with Alex where she says she's obsessed with geography but confuses South Dakota with South Carolina. Dale decides to invite Kat on his date. She accepts because she prefers men over the age of 35, and Dale just made the cutoff at 36.
I love a man above the age of 35. Any man above the age of 30, testosterone's a little lower, so they're a little bit more sleepier.
On the yacht, Kat prepares to be pampered.
I feel like I'm gonna be baby girled.
But Dale can't even pop the champagne.
Pura vida. Pura vida. Pura vida. Oh, pura vida. Damn it.
I'm so scared.
Hold on. Give me.
I'm so scared.
No. No. Pura vida.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. Oh, pura vida.
Is he saying pura vida, like the famous Costa Rican phrase? Or is he saying pura vida, like the American wellness brand that named itself after the famous Costa Rican phrase, but decided to mispronounce it for some reason? As the date goes on and the waves pick up, Kat gets seasick, but she's saved by Dale's quick thinking to start making out with her while she's nauseous.
He's helping me feel less seasick.
I think if I tried to kiss someone while I felt sick, it would pretty much guarantee that I did get sick on them. But I guess that's just the healing power of Dale. By the end of the date, Kat's flirtation with Jonathan is reduced to red herring filler status, and she's fantasizing about Dale spraying sunscreen down his pants.
Hi.
Dale likes Kat too, but instead of seeing his feelings expressed in a nightmarish daydream, we hear about them in one of his signature super leaned-in confessionals. At the resort, Jonathan moves on from Kat to Alex, but getting to know new people can be the pits.
You have a very white chunk of stuff in your armpit. I can't stop looking at it.
Later, the Paradise Pit Crew unveils cardboard cutout silhouettes of each cast member for the group's first informational exercise. Each silhouette is adorned with a few factoids about that person. Armed with like and dislike stickers, each cast member marks the silhouettes they feel strongly about. The activity was intended to help people realize new connections based on personality and values instead of looks, but everyone seems to figure out whose silhouette is whose pretty quickly. Bailey's board is the most popular with 7 likes, even though it says she doesn't read books, only Instagram captions. But that makes sense because she talks in captions too.
The bob is retired, the braids are hired, and the camera roll is about to be full. I'm looking for a man that's down with selfies and sunsets because this summer I'm looking to go from solo pics to couple goals.
Unlike Bailey, Alex doesn't want her partner to use too much social media. Ironic, considering she herself has the interests and references of a chronically online person.
I don't do younger.
You don't do younger at all?
No.
Why is that?
I have this thing where I don't like to think of you being in diapers when I'm potty training.
You got a lot of things.
The least popular board is Zoe's. She gets 6 dislikes because of her bizarrely specific height requirements, which manage to be simultaneously both inclusive and exclusive. Spencer and Jess like each other's boards, further cementing their connection, but some, Ricky and Hakeem, get no likes at all, leading to the only real drama in the episode. They argue after Ricky calls Hakeem's factoids vanilla, then insists that it's not an insult, even though it absolutely is.
Everybody knows vanilla is a negative comment.
It's not. It's in the middle. Vanilla is in the middle. There's
Vanilla is
strawberry,
in
there's
the-
chocolate.
You're literally delusional.
Okay, I'm delusional for saying my opinion.
Brother.
For
I
saying
didn't
my
ask
opinion.
you.
You asked me
I
my
didn't
opinion.
ask you.
If you don't like my
literally
opinion,
but
my
I would
opinion.
never going to be like, dude, you did really bad. This is why you got so many red
This is
stickers.
an exercise. This is
Brother,
not
you're
about being
right.
good or bad.
And to think he was so excited to see Ricky just a day prior.
Ricky!
At the end of the exercise, I'm left with some burning questions, like, are you healed or nah? And most importantly, whose silhouette is this? The answer to that last one turns out to be Sam, the villain from Jen's Bachelorette season, back to recite his hacky catchphrase.
Boy, I keep the main thing the main thing. I'm gonna continue to keep the main thing the main thing.
And you all know, gotta keep the main thing the main thing.
I guess he's a big Jalen Hurts fan? Sam gets the episode's final date card, thank God. He invites Jess because since she's from Tennessee, she liked that he likes the song Tennessee Whiskey.
Whiskey, because men drink whiskey.
Sam and Jess partake in a time-dishonored franchise tradition. They participate in a questionably cultural, vaguely religious ritual, complete with exotic music, and at least one of them being a little nervous about it.
I am literally in the middle of the jungle right now. It was a little weird. I was squeezing his hand a little bit like, what are we walking into?
With all the sweeping changes the show made this season, it couldn't get rid of the pseudo-spiritual dates that use local people and places basically as props. At the purification and rebirth ritual to test their compatibility, Sam and Jess wash each other's arms, then talk about their fears. Jess's is heartbreak, and Sam's is something about not sitting in his emotions enough, but it's hard to tell because Jess pretty quickly talks over him.
I was always somebody that you get knocked down and get back up.
Yeah.
It didn't allow me to tell myself, like, hey, it's okay to not be okay. And
I feel like that's a lot that you even just recognize that.
After, they kiss because they both know what they've been hired to do. Sam puts his finger through Jess's hoop earring, and I freaking hate it. Even though she's still thinking about Spencer, Jess is grateful for the chance to have gotten to know Sam on a deep level. Except she didn't because she interrupted him as soon as he started talking about himself. But maybe that's for the best, because otherwise we would have been subjected to more of his Tumblr bullshit.
I think I look for a love that's so strong and so deep. The way that it sounds to everybody else is that you can only find that love back in the day, that love doesn't exist anymore.
Meanwhile, at the resort, Spencer is so stressed about Jess and Sam's date, he literally blocked it out of his mind.
Her room, you want to go walk over there where her room isn't right there? Because I don't want her to...
She's on a date.
Oh,
Yeah.
All Spencer can do is anxiously sweat it out,
Is my back wet?
wondering if Jess is going to ditch him for Sam and condemn him to go home the first week, the only fate worse than not getting cast at all. And the only fate worse than that is sitting through another slow-motion Obama nightmare. In this one, Spencer imagines Jess calling him uppity,
Spencer is more uppity,
then making out with Sam.
I'm okay.
Later, Hannah Brown stops by the resort to manage Paradise relations and appear in the episode for the first time since her introduction. Wells has been in it consistently, I just haven't been talking about him. Justin needs Hannah's help rescheduling his rained-out date with Lexi.
I got you.
Okay, I trust
I'm
you.
your guy.
I trust
or
you.
Girl.
You're my...
That night, Brian and Zoe make their own date by taking a blanket onto the beach, and they didn't even need Hannah's help getting it done. Earlier, Zoe seemed pretty down to wait around for Dale to maybe show interest in her.
When he gets back, if he still wants to play ball with me, he knows I'm interested.
But now that Dale's locked in with Kat, Zoe's decided that Brian is the only guy she wants. As they lay on the beach, they share their first kiss, and Brian learns what stars are.
First star?
Yeah. I think they're all stars.
Right.
Meanwhile, Ricky kisses Alex. She's impressed, but all I kept thinking was how perfect his vibe would have been for Are You the One? Which means I wasn't. Elsewhere, Jeremy sniffs Bailey, a natural progression after they spent the day hanging out and grotesquely making out. Bailey likes Jeremy because he makes her laugh, but she tells Kyle that he's got a lot of other attractive qualities, so he stays hopeful even after he watches Bailey and Jeremy devour each other's faces.
I am ever the optimist. If she is really cogitating and really mulling it over like that, I think there's a chance for your boy.
But it doesn't seem like Bailey is cogitating as much as Kyle's cogitating about her cogitating. On the morning of day 3, we get a hard look at Paradise's effect on the local ecosystem, and also at Justin's juggling skills. It's also finally time for him and Lexi to go on their rescheduled date. Dinner and a night swim have been replaced with drinks and a day swim. On the date, literal champagne problems rear their bubbly head once again.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, no!
And what?
Justin reassures Lexi that he's over his ex he has no idea is eventually going to show up, and Lexi's relieved because she has a history of dating men fresh out of relationships who aren't ready to move on. I've never been more certain that something will end badly. After some uncanny slow-mo while Lexi decides whether or not she wants to get involved with Justin, they hop in the pool and kiss. So I guess she decided. The date is a success, and they owe it all to Paradise Relations expert Hannah Brown. That night, everyone pre-games the first rose ceremony. Hakeem kicks off the festivities with a toast only Johnny Bananas could love.
To more love, no stress, more sex, positive vibes, baby! Yeah!
Later, Hannah shows up again, this time to drink with the cast and ask questions they could just as easily ask each other.
Who are you kind of talking to right now?
Right now, Bailey.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's a cutie.
Paradise Relations managed. With the men's lives, they try to shore up their best connections, but some, mainly Hakeem, have yet to build up any bonds at all. There's still time, but he's also still Hakeem.
You know you're very subjectively gorgeous, right? I look at you like that's a boss bitch status, you know? How was your relationship with your parents?
It just sucks, bro. Like, what the
You a baddie, you're hot, got nice hair. Any food that you like specifically?
Watching Hakeem throughout this premiere reminded me of when American Idol used to put people who couldn't sing in the audition round just so Simon Cowell could ridicule them.
It was dreadful. No, really dreadful. And I'm saying that to be kind.
I don't think we saw Hakeem on the same page as someone else once throughout the entire episode.
I don't think there's a such thing as being too independent, actually.
No, there is. You need to find a balance.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
do.
saying.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? If I'm about to use the bathroom, I'm not about to let me pop a selfie real quick.
I think I would take a selfie on the toilet.
Does anybody like to be called vanilla? Raise your hand.
I love
Do you like
vanilla.
To be... Exactly. It's not a
vanilla,
negative
the
term,
flavor.
Hakeem.
And if Hakeem did have any successful interactions, we didn't get to see them. Not even a friendly chat with Kat about their shared love of cats.
It's your boy Hakeem, lover of cats.
If I could own 100 cats, I would.
Yeah.
I love them.
That Hakeem flopped so spectacularly wasn't entertaining by the end of the episode because it felt like no one ever even gave him a chance. My heart hurt watching it, and not just in the way it always does from the stress of simply being alive. With the rest of the cast, the edit tries its best to generate suspense where there is none. Lexi is nervous to give her rose to Justin because he's newly out of a different Bachelor Nation relationship. But, who else is she gonna pick? We haven't seen her even talk to another guy since Justin backpacked into paradise. The edit also pretends that Jess is torn between Sam and Spencer, even though all night we only see her together with Spencer. Alex has to choose between Ricky or Jonathan. Will it come down to whose brand is stronger?
I'm Jonathan, your favorite medium king.
I'm Ricky, Puerto Rican Poppy here.
And Kyle is still pursuing Bailey, even though she's further along with Jeremy, because...
Even though Jeremy might be a little bit further along in the romantic side of the game, you can be the sweetest, juiciest peach baby. But guess what? Some folks don't like peaches.
Except Bailey clearly does like the peach that is Jeremy, since they've already made out a couple times. At the first rose ceremony, all of the manufactured tension about who each woman would pick turns out to be just that. Lexi's rose goes to Justin, Bailey gives hers to Jeremy, who immediately and ominously tells the camera that he likes her, but he wants to explore other options too. Dale gets a rose from Kat, Brian gets Zoe's rose, Jess's rose goes to Spencer, who initiates an awkward kiss that Sam somehow felt part of too, and Alex's rose goes to Jonathan, because it's the closest she can get to giving one to herself.
I see myself in you.
The show treats Alex's choice like a twist ending, since she'd already kissed Ricky twice. But really, it was the obvious outcome. One of Alex's blurbs on her silhouette was that she likes it when she feels like she needs to win over a guy. Ricky's strategy was to relentlessly throw himself at Alex, while Jonathan's was to be so laid back, she told him he wasn't putting in any effort. With all the roses now pinned to indistinguishable looking collars because none of these men except Ricky have a lick of unique personal style, Hakeem, Kyle, Sam, and Ricky in his sweater vests are all heading home. On their ways out, Hakeem performs a 2-footed jump into the production van that I think is rose-worthy in and of itself. Ricky calls himself Roseless Ricky, having now been eliminated at the first ceremony in both of his 2 Bachelor Nation appearances. Kyle gives some legitimately good advice.
Take a risk. Go for it. It's cool. Cool.
Why was he taking his watch off? And even though Sam was barely on the show, he's glad for his short-lived redemption arc, which was mostly just him repeating his stolen catchphrase.
Gotta keep the main thing,
And saying that he wanted to dance in his kitchen and watch the rain with someone. Too bad he missed the monsoon on the first night. At the end of the episode, a long full-season trailer plays that features the Golden's arrival, enough shots to fill up the pool, fireworks, an age gap makeout, people crying behind closed doors, people crying out in the open, accusations of not being in paradise for the right reasons, a potential prisoner's dilemma,
$500,000. Or is it love?
and of course, the promise that
Everything is about to change.
how much in that trailer was accurately depicted and how much was cleverly packaged to seem like a bigger deal than it really is? Find out next week and every week after on another Bachelor in Paradise recap. Thanks for watching. In the meantime, if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe, and also consider turning on notifications to be notified about the next video. Thanks again and see you then. Bye!